Boring, slow, emotionless, and lifeless. These are the words floating around about one of the most anticipated films of 2025 and one of the biggest collaborations in Indian cinema, Mani Ratnam and Kamal Haasan's Thug Life. Our spoiler-free review is already on the channel and the link is in the comments. But my one-line reaction is, where is our OG Mani sir? The intention of this video is not to mock the film or vent frustration, but to cinematically analyze and break down what exactly went wrong with Thug Life. That said, the comment section is open, so feel free to share your experiences and reviews. Again, before we get into it, this video might contain spoilers. If you haven't watched the film, I suggest you do so before proceeding. Without further delay, let's dive into it. I am Maruti Acharya and today we are going to discuss what went wrong with Thug Life. Number 1. What Thug Life wants to be versus what it is. Thug Life is the revenge story of an aging gangster Rangaraya Shaktivel taking vengeance on those who betrayed him, including his own right hand, brother, son, Amaran. Thug Life is a story of a man who isn't just grey but black. A man so consumed by survival that he's willing to doubt and destroy his own people. Thug Life is a story of a gangster having an extramarital affair with a woman who might be singer, dancer, YouTube influencer. Let me know in the comments below what exactly is the role about. Her name is Indrani and trust me, his defense for the affair is, just like diabetes is a disease, this is my disease. Justification for extramarital affair. The film revolves around gangsters who are egoistic, power hungry and are willing to kill each other over petty misunderstandings, the kind that could easily be resolved with one honest conversation. Now, all these ideas individually are very compelling. But the major problem with Thug Life is that unfortunately it tries to be everything and ends up being nothing. When you juggle with these many concepts, you need time to build characters and develop arcs. But here, nothing feels fleshed out. Characters feel random, scenes lack payoff, and the emotional arcs don't land. Thug Life plays like an Avengers-style film filled with characters, backstories, motivations, emotions, violence, but missing the 5 or 10 prequels that should have built up to this ultimate battle. Agree with me? Number 2, underwritten characters and shallow motivations. This is where it really hurts. Mani Ratnam and Kamal Haasan, both masters of writing rich, layered characters, fall short here. We don't know why Rangaraya Shaktivel is such a big deal. What has he done as a gangster? What power does he hold? Nothing is established. As for Amar or Amaran, played by STR, his only demand at the start is to find his sister, which finally happens in climax. Until then, there is no clear reason why he remains loyal to Shaktivel. Why? So why shouldn't he betray him? Of course, the motivation is not established. Fine, let's give that a pass. But why is Simbu's character even in line to succeed Shaktivel? Other than driving the vehicle and doing household work and settling internal family conflicts, what is he contributing to the narrative? The interval twist, if we can call it that, also falls flat due to the same issue. My biggest problem with the character was when Rangaraya Shaktivel in the initial portions of the film only announces that Amar is the next Rangaraya Shaktivel, why will we feel any high when Simbu becomes Rangaraya Shaktivel on his own? Indrani. After the beautifully written and performed Kundavai in the Ponniyin Selvan series, this is a massive disappointment. Her profession is unclear, her motivations to stay with Shaktivel is vague, it is love, gratitude, something else, not established. She has no strong purpose in the film beyond being pulled between Shaktivel and Amar. And Amar's romantic interest in her, when did that develop? When did that begin? Why is it even there? The long emotional climax between Amar and Indrani feels forced and hollow because it was not developed in the first place. Other than Nasser's Manikam, none of the other characters are given clear motivations, motives, or emotional depth. Let's not even get into Ali Fazal, Joju George, and all of the rest of the actors. Again, credit where it's due. The only exception is Ashok Selvan's Inspector J. Royappa, who shines both in writing and performance. Though he doesn't drive the main plot, his backstory gives us at least one emotionally anchored character. Number 3. Too much telling, not enough showing. Show don't tell is the basic principle of screenwriting. And Mani Ratnam is usually known for embodying this. But in Thug Life, it's the opposite. We are told Amaran transformed the business in 2 years. but what business and how? No scenes to show that. In another scene, after Shaktivel is attacked, we are simply told in a few dialogues and a title card that 2 years have passed. What happened during those 2 years? We don't know clearly, it was not shown. We see Shaktivel in Nepal, but how did he become this all-powerful bullet-dodging version of himself? We get a few stylized shots and 3 lines of explanation. These missing links are crucial. They could have added emotional weight and context, but instead, we are left with gaps that dilute the film's potential impact. Number 4. Emotionally flat and lifeless. The strength of Mani Ratnam's films is the emotional texture he builds even within larger-than-life backdrops. But here, the emotional beats don't land at all. The writing is verbose, but the emotions are hollow. The promise Shaktivel makes, "You saved me from death. From now, you and me are one," is a great line delivered with gravitas. But everything that follows feels undercooked. Their bond should have been the beating heart of the film. Instead, it becomes a functional plot device. The second half tries to recapture the magic, but it becomes increasingly generic. Emotional climaxes feel manufactured rather than earned. And because we don't deeply connect with Amar, Indrani, or even Shaktivel, the stakes never feel personal. This film wants to be a character study, a political drama, a gangster drama, a reflection on masculinity, a revenge thriller, a tragic love story, a mystic rise fall arc. But yeah, somewhere in this chaos, it loses its voice. There's nothing wrong with ambition. Mani Ratnam has always been ambitious, but ambition without clarity leads to confusion. I don't know about the makers, but as an audience, I was definitely confused. Before concluding, I also want to mention that Thug Life had the potential to be an era-defining gangster drama with a legendary actor-director duo at the center. And to be fair, there are flashes of brilliance, especially in the first half. But ultimately, the film collapses under its own weight. Let us know in the comments below what you feel about the film. Did Thug Life work for you, or did it leave you wanting more? Yeah, before ending the video, again, Kamal Haasan sir and Mani Ratnam sir, they are legends. Thug Life is an exception and is an underwhelming product, I agree. I am still hopeful for director Shankar after Indian 2 and Game Changer. That means I am definitely going to be hopeful for both Kamal Haasan and Mani Ratnam and expecting that they will come back very hard with a bang. With that, this is Maruti Acharya and you're watching India Today.